MFL Meta Football League is really taking the internet by storm in 2025 by totally reimagining the football manager gaming genre that we've all really grown up with and have got a lot of affection for. And they've really taken it to that next level, that kind of, let's just call a spade, that adult level that we all want to take it to. Playing against the computer, playing against the AI machine is all well and good and all fun, and we love to take teams from zero to hero, road to glories and all that kind of thing. But on MFL, it's an open network experience game where everyone that you play against is another manager, is another person out there. All the players and all the clubs in the game as well are owned and actually owned by the people that are playing the game, which means you can buy, sell and trade them for real money. Unearth and Wonder Kids, training your top talents to fulfill their potential is just quite sincerely never been rewarding. And starting from now, it is actually free to get up and running and playing MFL today, so you can do a real demo experience, you can have a real try before you buy experience. And in the video today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how you get set up and how you can start playing this game today for free to learn the ropes before you get chucked right into the deep end. At any point in the video, if you laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And if you're brand new to MFL, please do everything that we demonstrate in the video by clicking on the link that's in the description of the video as well as in the pinned comment. MFL love the content here at the channel, and they make sure that that link that's in the description of the video is always loaded up with the best beginner sign up bonuses available, so you can get free player packs to get your agency, to get your roster up and running as quickly as possible. Now once you've clicked on that link and signed up to MFL and created your account, this is the screen that you're going to be met with. Now the main thing to pay attention to here is you get some exclusive items reserved for you as a new user at a very cut price. You can buy club pack, you can buy 2 of these that will start at the bottom of the football pyramid, and you can buy some starter packs at the reduced cost of $9.99, $10, and you can really use any currency to pay for this, euros, pounds, dollars, whatever. But just as a little bit of clarity, if this is the first piece of MFL content you've ever watched, you've never needed to own players. There's a lovely mechanism in this game where you can just loan in other people's players, and with some contract negotiation you can actually just give away a little piece of any in-game currency that you're going to earn this year from your club and from your squad. So you've never needed to actually buy players to get a team up and running, but you would have to be really active in the market, which can be a lot of fun as well, negotiating contracts, scouting the market, looking for the right profile, looking for the right statistics, etc. What the real new great innovation that MFL has got here, on top of the AI photorealistic player pictures that they now have for all the profiles of the players on the game, is your ability to get a trial club for free. And you'll see this down here where it says start your career. As we click onto this, the first thing we're going to discover is our club's location, and this is always a good experience when you open the club packs as well. It's fun, isn't it? Where are we going to be? Oh, China? Wow. Is that a good start? I don't know. Do we want to be in China? Now thankfully the game isn't like regionalised in any way, so it's not as if we're going to be in like an Asian tournament or anything like that. It is just where you're located, and that is Nanjing in the China PR. So that's a new city on me. I've never heard of this one before, but maybe we will be able to bring some prestige, bring some glory to this Flint Division team. Now, this is a free club license that we've now got locked and loaded and ready to go. The club is the thing you need to house any of the players that you're going to be loaning in or acquiring throughout the marketplace. Once we click on create the club, we're ready to define our club's identity. Now we're going to be starting in the Flint division, which again is the bottom of the food chain, and we get an opportunity here to pick the primary club colours as well as a club name. Now for my club and all the other stuff that I do on this game and throughout all the other games that I play, I have my colour codes saved on a little thing here, so I'll be able to copy and paste these quite quickly and make them uniform with everything else I've got going on. And I'm going to call this the Barcelona Grassroots Squad. You can call this anything you want, obviously. Create a theme for the logo. Now this is a new logo generator. I'm not too sure how this is going to configure what we're doing, but I'm going to go with Lotus Shield and Modern Emblem and just see what this looks like. I wonder if we can go back and try it again. But this is fantastic. And you can spend a lot more time in this. This is going to auto-generate one for us. But once we've completed the club and once we might need to wait until I'll kind of get to this in later on, but we might need to wait until the end of the season before we can totally customize what the badge will be. So we've got this here. It's kind of half okay. I guess if we hit regenerate, it'll just give us another go at the same parameters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and change it a little bit. The lotus element, I can kind of see what that was there. Let's go for dragon spirit. And I quite like that modern emblem one, but maybe let's look at classic and see how that looks. And it's already saved that other option that we had, so that's quite fun. You could probably spend a fair amount of time just in this little system trying to get something generated within the in-house mechanism before maybe jumping out into another AI image generating engine somewhere else. And when you look at all the other clubs that are available on MFL, there are some beautiful badges and oh, look at that, by the way. Barcelona grassroots, classic wee dragony thing. I can dig that. Let's take it. Look at that. And we're in China as well, so yeah, this all kind of fits in quite nicely. And again, the background, the lore of the club that you're going to run with, it's just like any Football Manager game. When you find that team at the bottom of the footballing pyramid, you're normally looking for one that has something that you can get your teeth into a wee bit, like, oh, 100 years ago they won the league, or, you know, whatever, big place, small team, whatever the vibe is. So yeah, we've got the Barcelona grassroots going to China. This will be funny. Congratulations, the squad has been incorporated. And then yeah, we can come to the info tab here, and this is where we can just add in a little bit of bump, a little, you know, for my other clubs I've been quite creative with this, you know, in terms of just a little bit about them. We can change the name of the stadium as well, and there's going to be a lot more iterations and innovations where you'll be able to design the stadium a little bit. And there's a lot, because so much of this game is embracing all the AI developments, as you just seen with the badge generator, and you see with the player pictures, there's a lot that's yet to come. So giving your stadium a cool name, like the Dragon's Den. It's a TV show over here in the UK, if you're not familiar. But if we call that the Dragon's Den. We don't have any players in our squad right now, but we've got our club. That's the main thing. So the first thing we want to do is look at competitions, just so you know where this tab is. You won't be able to register when you first start because you have no players. But what this gives you an overview of is obviously the interactive calendar, as well as the deadline for getting everything done in terms of assembling your squad, etc. And then if we click on the scouting tab, we've already got this preset already. Now we can change all of this, but this has got auto accept contracts, which is all players that are available. You don't need to pay for them. You don't need to buy them. You can just loan them in and give 2, 3, 1% away to whoever owns the player, for the player to come into your club. You have a maximum squad limit of 25 players, so you can do the maths quite quickly of how much you might need to share out in terms of the percentages, and you definitely want to keep some for yourself. So I do recommend buying some players, but coming into the market and then having a wee scout around. Like for the Flint division, 55 area is kind of like the top end of the ratings. So players that are 55 to, you know, you're 50, you're looking for, does anyone excel in different statistics? And there's a few different strategies you can take with your tactics for what formations you're going to roll out with, and then ultimately design your team around as well. Now I've got a video on the channel that's very, very popular. I'll link it at the end of this one so you can check it out. It'll also be available in the comment section down below, but it's top beginner mistakes to avoid. I highly recommend you check that one out. Now as a quick side note, this is my MFL agency. So I've just quickly jumped into this and found some very low ranking players that I've not loaned out yet for the upcoming season, and I've put them into the grassroots squad to get it up and going. Now these players can be represented essentially by a lot of the free beginner bonuses. You're going to get a free pack for signing up once you've spent a certain amount of money. Generally it's the amount to buying a couple of packs. So if you're to buy 2 starter packs, which you've got here, you're going to get 4 players. There's a beginner bonus that'll also get you some player packs as well, and then maybe even you go into the market. And I had a lot of fun with this, and I do recommend, once you've opened up your packs and seen the players and the positions that you've got, maybe looking into the market and going, I need something quite specific. I need a CDM who for the level has like good defense, good physical, and because we're in Flint, we're thinking about high 50s, I think is a good place to go. And if we do the overall thing as a maximum of 55, let's say, we can see, okay, here's a guy at £2. He's got the stats I'm after for the core ones that I've set on the filter. Can we maybe add something into this a bit more significant, maybe like pace, someone that's a bit quicker? Yeah, we can. What about passing? That's quite important too. Can we get somebody that's maybe quite good at passing? 62 maybe. Wow, one guy pops up. He's $1. Now he is 30, and this is an important thing to look at here. He will retire at the end of season 11. We are about to begin Season 9. So for $1, I could use this guy for Season 9, Season 10, and Season 11. 3 seasons worth of utility out of a guy that has exceptional statistics for the filter that I've put on, and has a bit of versatility, not only as a CDM, but he can play in centre forward, which is a bit different to the striker role, and he can play in actual centre mid. And I do recommend buying a few guys that you scout an ID like this once you've packed some players. Again, check that beginner mistakes video for more intel. So I've currently got 9 players, and what kind of positions are we looking at? We've got a striker, got a centre mid, centre back, a right back, left back. Play him left back. A right wing back, we can play him right back. And then we have a mid and a winger. I think he does alright as right wing, so I think we might play wingers in this shape. And yeah, he can play wing too. We've got a goalkeeper. So let's just think about like a classic 4-3-3. And you can see the variety of different formations and tactics you've got here. If we look at it from an attacking perspective, I've been more happy with defensive, to be honest with you. So let's go with this. We'll just reconfigure these players. The back 4 hasn't moved, has it? Yeah, the back 4, the back 3 as it is right now. Tommy Muller can go into left wing for me. Mazzy Hadze. So he is a 64 rated player. Yeah, it says he shouldn't be as good at winger, but he is, which is nice. Because these little dots signify that they'll get a points penalty for playing in these positions, and it reflects their familiarity in the role. But that's good to see that this guy at 64 for right mid, left mid also fits at 64 for a winger. We have a backup right mid, and both these guys can play both sides, so I can rotate. And I've kind of, if I didn't get any more wingers, we could probably just about manage these guys throughout the season, rotating them appropriately. But we need another centre back, we need a CDM. I might even just buy that guy for a quid, just for why not, really. Yeah, 61 pace. Passing's good. Yeah, let's buy him. Now, he's a free agent. This is also something to note at this stage. If you're buying a player from the market and they're already under contract, you can request to cancel it, but there's no guarantee that the other person will agree to it. So if you are buying with money from the market, make sure they're listed as a free agent to make sure it's a smooth transaction. But an Argentinian CDM with ginger hair called Damien. Doesn't this just feel like a guy that's going to be a bit of a legend, a bit of a hero for us in this Flint division? I can feel it. So we need to get the best 11, or to get an 11 together. We need a centre mid and a centre back, and then we need a bit of a bench. We need up to 16 players, and then we can register the club. Now, you don't need to buy this guy for $1. Like I've already shown, we can just go into the scouting market here, and we're looking for players available in the Flint division. I'm now looking for, let's say, a centre back, and let's make the defence stat pretty heavy. Same with physical. Overall, let's say maximum 60. Let's go to 58. And let's make this 62 and 62. Yeah, we get one. Now, this guy is a CDM CB, so he also gives us a little bit of versatility. His shooting is really, really high, which is quite interesting at 69. And I bet the best way to kind of weigh up where the stats are is versus their overall. So for an overall of 57, to be carrying these defensive stats is good for a start, but the shooting one is quite wild. This is a guy I could put on direct free kicks and could be like a wild card. And with a little tweak, we get the same kind of results, and we get some actual centre backs this time. Now, pace wise, I'm a big fan of the guy with the most pace, because pace is quite important at the back. I'm going to change the pace on this, having seen these guys here, to like 47, just so I can see those top 3 guys. Okay, so we're only loaning them for 1 season as well, so we don't really care about the whole retirement situation. The guy that's the fastest is also the most physical and the best defending. Dribbling is right up there, passing is right up there, and shooting is right up there. So this guy's like the best prospect, and he actually can play all the way up the spine. This guy feels like a bit of a hero in the making. The guy doesn't want any rev share if he's going to play all season long, and this is part of the fun contract negotiating element, where he's saying to me, if you play this guy for 15 matches, you don't need to give me any rev share, but if he plays 14 or less, you're going to give me 5%, and that's a deal I'd be really happy to make for someone that will be a key player for me. Oh, but again, I wonder, the 5% thing, yeah, that's quite prohibitive for this guy. That's a shame. Now, could we get in touch with this guy directly? Is he on Twitter or any other social media? Yes, he is. So you could reach out to this guy and say, hey mate, I'm trying to make an offer on the player, but I've got a trial club. Could you alter it to 3%, and I'll guarantee the appearances, because the appearances will be what dictates how much the player progresses, and that's obviously his primary motivation for loaning the player out, is to see him progress and flourish in his career. So failing that, Oh yeah, I don't think we can take any of these guys because of the way the contract situation works. So let's remove that pace thing again. Let's make it maximum 46, sadly. We'll get the rest of those guys from that list. So yeah, we could only realistically get this guy, Ballin, who with 24 pace is pretty uninspiring, but the defence and the physical maybe makes up for it. And Gaffer Lewis is a friend of the channel, is a friend of the community. My other centre-back is also Swedish, so why not? Let's just go for Peter Ballin here. Let's just roll with the punches with it. And then let's have a wee peek. We need a centre mid. I'm going to reset all these statistics because for a centre mid, defence I'm not too worried about. Physical, let's maybe say 58. Dribbling, 58. Passing, 58. And let's say shooting, 55. Pace, 50. And let's move that to centre mid from centre back. Defence is still at 60, isn't it? Take the shooting down to 52. And you can see how quickly I get carried away with this. I quite enjoy it, as you can tell. And when you're doing this for your own club, it's quite enthralling. It's dead easy to kind of get sucked into in that regard. Just kind of tweaking and altering the search to find that perfect player that is going to become available for you. Now, I think the passing might be one of the heavier things here, maybe. Yeah, there we go. So we've just about found this right little combo. Do we know? Yeah, root cures. There's a few of these guys we recognise. This guy's going to want 6% in total. So this guy here, nice pace. Oh, this looks good. Oh yeah, but the 4%, 4%. Yeah, so it's really only these two guys we can look at. So we have Rondan and Jacob, a 28 and a 25-year-old. Pace is similar enough. Shooting is similar enough. Passing is the exact same. Dribbling is in the same realm. Defence and physical do go to Jacob. Jacob is also faster. And other than dribbling, Jacob does have all the stats in his favour. So we'll make an offer for him and we'll add a clause. No, we don't want to add a clause because we've not got the boona for it. So that should make us a nice 11. And I'm just going to wipe all these statistics again. Let's have a wee peek at a striker quickly. And for this, I'm really just looking at who is the best. It's kind of... Wow, there's actually some very highly rated players available here. I wonder what the maximum kind of shooting is that we could expect to... Yeah, we could get something into the 60s. Let's try 65. And then let's try max overall. Yeah, 59. And then let's go to pace, 64. Physical, we want that to be at least a 50. So we'll filter those guys out. And we're left with these three. The top guy is going to be our best shot, just with the overall rating and everything. But yeah, Franz Beckenbauer has got that match clause on him, which takes him out with our budget, sadly. So can we reduce that to maybe 63 shooting? We can, and we get, oh, work the space. Hero and legend in the community has got this guy up now. This guy's really versatile, which is good as well. And he's French. My other striker's French. Let's see if we can get a wee deal here from Work the Space. And then the last thing I'm going to scout with you guys in this way, then I'll just fast forward through the rest of it, is a goalkeeper. Now, goalkeepers only have their overall rating. They're only goalkeepers. They don't have really the ability to do anything else. So we're just going to wipe all that. And we're just kind of looking at who's the best. We can get a 69 rated goalkeeper here from BR4, who's a big figure in the community. And I don't mind stumping up for a high-powered goalkeeper, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to try and get the best guy that's on the market. Because goalkeeper is only their overall rating. So, you know, if there's one that high that would accept this division, then let's just try and get him in. And then if you come on back onto the club page here, you click on the contracts tab, you'll be able to see all the offers that you've sent out and their status, if they've been rejected, accepted, etc. Once we get this up to 19 players, we'll be able to register the team in for competition for season 9. And then we're ready to go. From there we can pick our team. We can then click find a match. You can search for Work the Space. You can search for Nepenthez. You can search for Quinny. You can search for whoever you want and take on their teams in friendly matches to just play the game, learn the ropes and get ready for the start of the new season. Now, I'll link this blog post in the description of the video as well in case you want to check it out. But this explains everything around the free trial club. You don't, as you've just seen, you don't pay any money for it. You get it. You don't need to spend money on anything. You can go into the market and do all of those loan negotiations for all 16 to 25 players that you do bring in. You literally don't need to spend a penny. I've just showed you a kind of semi-organic how you'll probably cobble together the beginnings of your team. And this explains the full terms and conditions to you. Now, once you get to the end of the season is where you've got a decision to make. At the end of season 1, you then get a decision. Do you want to mince the club? Do you want to transform this from being a demo club into the real thing. And at that point, you'll have a season under your belt. You maybe own some players. You maybe, you know, loan some guys in. Maybe you've got promoted. Maybe you've won a cup. Maybe you've done something super awesome. And that decision probably becomes dead easy at that point. But the price of the club for me is always very similar to what you pay for any new versions of any game that comes out every season around football. That $79, $80 is very much in the realm as the price of any other kind of game that's out there. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you play it for one season. Maybe you fall off halfway through the year. Nothing lost. Which is the beauty of the try before you buy, the beauty of the demo. Maybe after the first season you don't want to mint this club, but what you do instead is you go back into that marketplace tab that we just spoke about, and maybe you've then got a bit of a better gauge on the mechanics of the game, seeing how the reward structure pays out, and maybe you think, no, I don't want to be playing at the bottom here, I've got a few quid, I'll buy a club that can maybe get me a bit higher, or maybe buy a few player packs as well. And just looking here, kind of roughly middle of the pyramid, here's a club for $100 essentially, 98 is what it says here. Compared to the price of minting your club, it's not really much of a difference if you want to skip like 6 divisions. And really, again, some people have listed these for stupid prices, trying to get a lucky click or whatever. But yeah, Link's £99. Now, if you do get stuck, or if you've got any questions, please jump into the comments section of the video and I'll do my best to help you out. On screen are now some other beginner tutorials that might help you get up and running. If you have enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe for more content like this. Have a great day, stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on the next one.